Hey friends, hey, what's up? I thought I'd do a video here on practicing guitar scales. I find that with most guitar players that I talk to, that's not a part of their daily practice routine. A lot of times, like, people get stuck in this mode of like their practice time is basically just playing songs, and playing songs is good, like it's gonna get you somewhere, but scales is where most of our technique comes from. Our picking technique, our right and left hand coordination technique, the development of the muscles in this hand and proper hand position, all of that comes from our scales. Also, your musical theory knowledge comes out of your scales. It's knowing what notes are in a key, what chords are. So all of that comes out of. So scales is like so vitally important. It's the foundation of a musician, but as a guitar player, it's also the foundation for most of what we do. So I want to go over with you just really quick how I do this. Okay, get my guitar here, and I'm going to tilt this camera down just a little bit so you're not going to see my face. You're going to see the guitar. Okay, so first of all, the first scale that be easy for us to work on, just C scale. So your position. Okay, so let's do open first position scales. They're just like, okay. And if you don't know your scales, this isn't the lesson where I'm going to teach you your scales. This is where I'm teaching you how to practice. Second position, okay, scales. Okay, so first thing that I do when I begin my practice time is I start going through scales. Just however, I do not just sit here and play scales. What I do is I actually do them to a metronome. Listen to me, guys. You cannot practice without a metronome. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of your talent. So here we go. I got this one set at 120. So I would start off with quarter notes and then move up. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, let's keep going like that. Do that for a while and then go double time. So you're going to do eighth notes now. Okay, that is vital. Now, the other thing that's vital is to make sure that you're practicing with a proper hand technique. Okay, if you practice with the wrong hand technique, then what you do is you actually end up crippling your ability to use these scales in any form or fashion, because the fingering that you use greatly determines how you're going to be able to use these scales in a real life matter. So, for instance, if someone were to be practicing their scales like, we'll comment, I see this a lot. Okay, so I'm in the middle of a blues riff and right? That's just not going to work. So what we do is there is a proper fingering, and again, I go over this in another video, so I'm not going to go over it all right now, but it begins with your middle finger here and your pinky. The reason for that is by the time you're done here, this finger is ready to go on the A string. Okay. So practicing it with the proper fingering is also vital to your practice time. Now, the other thing, so that's the first I say just practicing with metronome. Secondly, practicing the proper fingering. Third, we need to be practicing saying the note names, okay? So go ahead and play a C scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, G. You're going to go to G now. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Going D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Okay? Going through like that, saying the names of the notes. Now, if that's new for you, you might want to slow your metronome down a little bit. So let's go down to 80. Sorry if my hand's in front of the camera there. So 80 would sound like this. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, G. Whoops, I ran out of metronome. Hold on a second. I think GarageBand doing this in GarageBand, so I just ran out of track. Let's try it again. 4, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Okay? And that's how I would practice doing the notes. There are some other things that you could also do, such as I have an app on my iPhone that every so many bars, so we can say like every 4 bars it speeds up, and you can say like, hey, speed up, 1, 2, 5, whatever beats per minute. So as you're going along, it speeds up and just helps develop your ability to play them faster. But let me just make it really clear that faster is not the key, accurate is the key. And as you're going through, if you find that you're slowing down to remember what note's next, like I wouldn't worry about going faster at that point, work at getting it accurate. If you notice that you're buzzing or muting strings as you're playing, like don't work on going faster, work on getting it cleaner. If you're going through and you find, okay, I can play it, but I'm not able to say the note names as I'm going along. I'm able, my fingers know where to go, but my brain doesn't know the name of the notes. Then don't work on going faster. Work on, memorizing the note names. Those are all important things. Then after that, then the speed can be something that you work on. So that's how to do scales. If you were to do 10 minutes a day of scales, heck, if you were to do 5 minutes a day of scales, but I recommend 10, but if you do 5 minutes of scales a day, you would dramatically improve. And just a final thing, the last thing, when I practice my major scales, I practice in a circle of fifths. There's another video on this again, you can look it up, but basically I just go through and I go C, 0 sharp, 0 flats, G, 1 sharp, D, 2, and A, 3. So I go, C, G, D, A, and I just work my way up. E is 4, B is 5. And I just go through, and I do that with a metronome. Okay, so I'm practicing all my scales, all my sharp scales, and it's part of my warm-up. So there you go. I hope that helps. Please, everyone that's listening to this, practice, practice, practice your scales. Hey, hit the like button on the video. Share it if you want to. Make comments below. Let me know your thoughts. All right, bye.